So now we're going to talk about Friedreichs Ataxia, and it's basically an autosomal recessive trinucleotide repeat of GAA, okay? And this codes for the protein frataxin, and it's easy to remember this because it's Friedreichs Ataxia, Friedreichs Ataxia, F-R-A-T-A-X, Friedreichs Ataxia. So that's how you know what the protein is. And this protein is involved in mitochondrial function. So if you have a loss of this mitochondrial function, you have numerous abnormalities. But basically, let's start from the beginning. So it's called Friedreichs ataxia. So you get ataxia, okay, and that's due to degeneration of the spinocerebellar tract, okay, and also dealing with the cerebellum, you have loss of position, okay. So you have ataxia and loss of position, and since you're born with this, you basically have like a loss of position since you're born, and therefore you like don't know how to position your back, and you don't know how to position your foot when you're walking. So you end up getting kyphoscoliosis and foot abnormalities. Okay, and other things that you can think about. It's not really well explained why you get them, but just think about like it's because you have this loss of mitochondria. And since there's loss of mitochondria in the heart, you have all the parts of the heart working overtime to try and get that energy out. So you have hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. And also, you just have diabetes mellitus. And that's just to remember. I don't think there's any clever way to remember that. But Friedreich has diabetes. So let's just review. So Friedreich's ataxia is an autosomal recessive trinucleotide repeat that encodes for the protein frataxin, which is found in the mitochondria. So here's the mitochondria. Okay. And since it's Friedreich's ataxia, you get ataxia. And what causes ataxia? Anything that damages the cerebellum. In this case, it's the spinocerebellar tract. Spinocerebellar. Okay. And you also have damage to the cerebellum, which leads to a loss of position. Okay, which deals with some of the other tracts there. And since you have loss of position since you were born, you develop this kyphoscoliosis, okay, which is kind of this bending over, and that's the spine. Kyphoscoliosis, and there's your head. And then foot abnormalities, because you don't know where to plant your foot, okay, because you have a loss of position. And because it's an abnormality in the mitochondria, you have the heart working overtime to try and get out that energy. So you have hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, because you have all the cells trying to pump out as much energy as they can. Okay, and then you also just have diabetes. Okay, so I hope this helped.